I was scrolling on my phone one day when I saw this story about a kid and a crow. The crow would bring the kid gifts in exchange for food. All these shiny trinkets laid out on a towel. I thought maybe I would try that. Maybe that could be fun. I was lonely at the time. The only humans I interacted with were the delivery drivers, my coworkers on Zoom, and my downstairs neighbor, Ludmilla. I worked from home in my apartment above Ludmilla, and from my window I had a pretty good view of the power lines and driveway. Sometimes the crows would gather there and chatter, or more like caw, and I always wondered what they were saying to each other, this secret world they were living in. The first step was the hardest, just getting them to trust me. I'd read that a common thing was to give them peanuts, so I walked out with some peanuts, and they flew off in a panic like black ink splashed across the sky. I tried again the next day, and the crows flew off again, and again the day after that. The day after that, they didn't show up at all. But on the 5th day, one of the crows took a peanut. The next day it was back, and there were 2 others with it. I watched them eat from my window. Their shadows looked like pools of dark water on the pavement. When I went out to feed them the next day, they were already sitting on the power line. They were waiting for me. We made eye contact and they shifted uneasily. They still didn't trust me. Just then, Ludmilla came out of her apartment, pushing her bicycle. Ludmilla always wore the same thing: black shirt, black jacket, black skirt, black leggings, black frame glasses, but her bike vest and bike helmet were reflective orange. She was the most stylish person I had ever known. She worked at a nursery and was taking classes at college to get her basics out of the way. She was going into dental hygiene, or nursing, or forensic science, or biology, horticulture, criminology, literature, early childhood education. She was still deciding. She had dark hair, dark eyes, and a little gap between her 2 front teeth. She liked antique stuff and rode her bike everywhere, even in the winter rain. She always called me Marco. I'd never asked why. "Hi, Marco," she said. "Hi, Ludmilla," I said. "What you up to?" she asked. "I have a plan," I said. "I'm making friends with the crows. I'm going to get them to bring me treasures. I'm bribing them with peanuts." Ludmilla looked at me. "Did you say penis?" "Peanuts." "Oh." Ludmilla tilted her head. "Either way, Marco, if a friendship is based on bribery, it can never be a true friendship." She had a point. I wasn't going to deny it. I still wanted to try it out though. Business with birds. Treats for loot. I could post videos for clout. Maybe I'd go viral. I could become an influencer. Endorsement deals. Sponsorships. Investments. Passive income. Early retirement. "Be careful," said Ludmilla. "Do you know what a gathering of crows is called, Marco?" "A murder," I said. "Exactly," she said. "Also, Marco, if you're going to feed the crows, don't you think you should consider the other birds too, the little ones, just to be fair?" "Okay," I said. "The little ones." "Okay," she said. The crows above us cawed and flew away, tired of waiting for peanuts. Then Ludmilla flew off too. I watched as she pedaled up the street and around the corner. She was very graceful. She had extremely good balance. Her dark hair was fluttery. The next morning, I ate a bowl of Cheerios over the sink and logged into work. And at noon, when I went to check the mail, there was a note on my door. It took me a moment to decipher the scratchy handwriting. Dear Marco, I was kidding about feeding the little birds. Forget them. Feed the crows high-quality dry dog kibble. They would like that. Signed, Ludmilla. Wow. A note from Ludmilla. I folded it and put it in my pocket. Then I got in my Nissan and drove to downtown and bought a small bag of the second most expensive dog food they had. Later, as I was setting some kibble on the stump, Ludmilla came out with her bicycle again, headed for her night class. I took your advice, I said. Dog food. She clipped the chin strap on her helmet. Sorry, what? Dog food. Dog food? She asked. Yeah, see? She looked at my hand. Oh, uh-huh. It seemed like she was getting ready to pedal away, but then she put her foot back on the ground. Hey Marco, I was going to ask. I was wondering if you could do me a favor. I'm going to be out of town and I need someone to water my plants. Yes, I said. Water your plants. I would do that. Great, she said. Are you around this Friday? I could show you who needs what. Would like 5 o'clock work? Yes, I said. 5 o'clock this Friday. That would work great. Ludmilla smiled. Thanks, Marco. You completely saved me. And then she rode off. The next day was Tuesday, and when I went to feed the crows, the power line was empty. I set 10 kibbles in a little circle on the stump and returned to my apartment window. As I watched, a crow swooped in from the sky and landed on the power line. I waited for it to fly down to eat. Instead, it dipped its head and slid its beak along the line, one side and then the other, like sharpening a knife. Then it began to caw. Another crow landed on the line. The first crow cawed again and the second swooped down to the stump to eat. Huh. They were communicating with each other. Wednesday morning I fed them again. I watched as the first crow called to the other ones, one by one, to eat. They were smart, and they worked together. Thursday, just before sunrise, I was awakened by cawing. I opened the shades to see a crow on the power line. At first I was annoyed. It was so early, but then I realized something. The crow was cawing for me. We had just achieved interspecies communication. I brought a handful of kibble outside, and when I looked up at the crow, it didn't look away. We watched each other in the dawning light. Nothing needed to be said. We both knew the deal. But I had something to add. If I was going to feed the crows, I would like payment. There needed to be an exchange. We had to treat this like the marketplace it was because, after all, I didn't have to be feeding the crows. I could be feeding the squirrels instead, or the raccoons, or seagulls, or rats, cats, coyotes, dogs. I put the kibble in my pocket and took out a quarter. I held it up so the crow could see it. I set the quarter on the stump. I walked back up the stairs and into my apartment and closed the door. I counted to 50 and came back out. The crow was still there. I pretended to see the quarter as if for the first time. Wow, I said. This shiny coin is just what I've been looking for. Thank you, crow. Now I will feed you. And I set the kibble on the stump, and the crow flew away. When the crows returned that evening, I repeated the quarter routine. Wow, thank you for the shiny quarter. Now I will feed you. Friday morning, the crows were back, bearing 0 gifts. I performed the quarter routine a third time, but in a hasty way. My mind was elsewhere. I had to get ready for 5 o'clock. I cleared my calendar and filed for 2 hours of personal time. I took a shower, or started to, but I was pretty much out of soap. I drove to way to get some soap and decided I'd get shampoo as well, and deodorant, dental floss, mint gum, Triscuits, Kleenex, Starburst, a bag of Funyuns. As I was driving back home, I decided I would get a haircut. There was a place I'd always noticed just off 6th Street. It was nice inside and smelled good. Brick walls, leather couches, ring lights, shiny stuff, hair things. There were 2 stylists, a big one and a little one, and 1 customer in a chair. They were all talking and laughing. It was like standing in sunshine. The little stylist waved to me. "Hi, looking for a glow-up?" "Yes," I said. "Fabulous," she said. She sat me down and draped me in a flowing cape and walked a circle around me. "Okay," she said. "What are we looking to do here? Braid, fade, or dye?" I said. "Can I get more of a haircut type thing?" The little stylist nodded. "It all comes down to who you are and what you want to be, what you want to portray to the world, and what makes you feel like your most confident and authentic self." "Yes," I said. "Okay, that sounds good." The stylist touched her lip. She had a lot of bracelets on. "Okay, I'm thinking like maybe something along the lines of a classic pompadour, but like modern update, a little more subtle, not quite a French crop, like short on the sides, but not too short and then swept up on top, or maybe even spiked a little. What do you think?" "I have a meeting tomorrow," I said. "So like business casual? More of a personal type meeting. Like a date?" "I'm getting instructions for watering plants." "Okay," said the stylist. "You know what? I'm going to give you something where you feel good about yourself no matter what type of situation you're in." "Thank you," I said. "Yes, that would be great." The little stylist orbited around me, lifting and snipping, tilting her chin to observe my hair from different angles. She returned to her conversation with the other 2, and I gazed at the rows of gels, creams, waxes, mousses, spritzes, volumizers, serums, and sprays, my eyes returning again and again to a candy-colored bottle of signature shampoo. Suddenly the stylist stopped, blocking my view of the signature shampoo. "And what's your opinion on the topic?" she asked. "What topic?" I asked. "Birds," she said. "Birds? Are they real?" said the big stylist. "Are birds real?" "Yes," said the little stylist. "Are they real?" I wasn't sure how to answer. I'd been called into a conversation with no context. I didn't want to be on the wrong side of things. "I've been feeding the crows," I said. "Oh, crows are for real," she said. "We're talking about the other birds, the little ones." "Crows are sketch," said the big stylist. "Seriously, you know what a group of crows is called?" "A murder," said the customer in the chair. "Really?" said the little stylist. "A murder?" "Absolutely," said the customer. "Know what a group of eagles is called?" Burglary?" said the big stylist. "No." Hostage crisis?" "No." Pandemic?" The customer spread out her arms and closed her eyes. "A convocation. Girl, you should be a biologist." The customer smiled. "Well, I kind of am. Did I tell you about my cruise to Alaska? She told us about her cruise to Alaska, the birds she'd seen. The big stylist talked about her honeymoon in Hawaii. The little stylist recounted a dream she'd had about the Kingston Ferry, how she was the only person on it, and guided by orcas it drifted out of the sound and into the open ocean. Then she spun me around to face the mirror. "Bam," she said. I almost didn't recognize myself. My ears, my forehead, my hair. "Wow," I said. "Thanks." "For sure," she said. "And guess what? As it grows out, it's going to keep looking good. I designed it that way." "Wow," I said. "Thank you." After my haircut, I felt light and full of optimism. I decided to get some new clothes, so I drove to Goodwill. There was a sale on green tags. I found 2 short-sleeve button-up shirts, a blue one and a yellow one. When I got home, I logged back into work. I had a Teams meeting with Peyton, Chase, Diva, and some other members. I wore my new blue shirt. My direct manager, Gary, was the lead. "Whoa," he said. "Hey, check out Mark's new look. Big date, Mark? Nice hair." "Thank you," I said, and Diva gave me a thumbs up emoji. Gary shook his head. "Wow, I thought we had an imposter on our hands." "Can anyone hear me?" Chase interrupted from the top left square. "Can you guys hear me?" "Yes, Chase," said Gary, and Diva gave Chase a thumbs up emoji. "Because I can't hear any of you. Are you unmuted?" "You might have the volume down," said Peyton, and Diva gave Peyton a thumbs up emoji. "We were talking about Mark's new look," said Gary. "Okay, what about now? Can you hear me?" "We can hear you," said Peyton, "but you can't hear us." After the meeting, I changed into the yellow shirt. The sleeves were very crisp. I went outside to feed the crows, and they all flew off. Maybe they didn't recognize me. At 5:23, Ludmilla appeared, walking her bicycle up the drive. "Sorry I'm late," she said. "I got a flat." She tilted her head. "You got a haircut." "Yes," I said. "Job interview?" No, just regular." "Oh, okay," she said. "Come in, I'll show you the plants." Her apartment was cozy and smelled like incense. There was a brown love seat, a green chair, a plush shag carpet, brown and white like the pelt of some enormous long-haired bison, and houseplants. They were everywhere, pots of every kind, on desks, tables, chairs, windowsills, pedestals, sitting in rope platforms suspended from the ceiling. Ludmilla handed me a piece of paper. She'd drawn out a map, an overhead view of her apartment with the plants numbered and labeled. Pothos, aloe, fern, snake plant, fiddle leaf, monstera, peace lily, shamrock, queen's tears, creeping fig, string of pearls, wax begonia. She walked me through the steps. The plants were good now, but in 2 days, half of them would need water. "I'm hoping I won't be gone more than a week," she said, "but we'll see. It's supposed to snow in the pass. I might have to take the long way around." "Okay," I said. "Is this like a vacation or—" Ludmilla adjusted her glasses. "I'm going to retrieve a giant copper pot from my dying grandfather." "Oh," I'm sorry." She opened her arms. It looked like she was going in for a hug. "This big," she said. "I'm not even joking, like a real medieval cauldron." I put my arms back down. "Wow, that's big." "Will it fit in my car?" Ludmilla shrugged. "We are going to find out." The next day, the crows woke me again with their cawing. I performed the quarter routine, and they ate up the dog food and cawed for more. I performed the quarter routine again, and they cawed for more food again. They didn't seem to be getting the idea. They were greedy. That afternoon, I brought Ludmilla's mail into her apartment and read her note again. She had really nice handwriting. She was very meticulous. I decided to practice. I took the watering pitcher to the sink and pretended to fill it with water. Then, with a pitcher in one hand and her note in the other, I walked from plant to plant, tipping the little spout, moving it in a slow circle around each pot for even distribution. I fed the crows again that afternoon and sat on the stairs while they ate. When they were done, one of them hopped up the walk, 3 hops in my direction. It stopped and tilted its head, watching me. I could see the wind rustling its feathers. I took out my phone to get a video, and the crow flew away. I didn't sleep well that night. I had a lot of dreams and kept waking up. I tossed and turned and saw visions of the dead, and then it was morning, and the dreams disappeared. Partly cloudy skies, crows on the power line. It was my big watering day at Ludmilla's. I was surprised at how heavy the pitcher was with water in it and how fast the water came out, and I sent a cascade over the rim of the Japanese lily and onto her desk. I cleaned it with toilet paper and tried again, moving cautiously now, following Ludmilla's directions precisely, double-checking my work along the way. When I was done, I considered the room, all the green living creatures. They were my children now. I was their mother. That afternoon, I attended a mandatory webinar, and my attention soon strayed to the window. I thought I'd heard cawing again, but now when I looked, there were no crows. Instead, something else caught my eye. Something silver, something glinting. As soon as the webinar was over, I rushed outside. There, on the stump, was a single silver gum wrapper. I looked up to see the silhouette of a crow on the power line. It lingered a moment, and then it spread its wings and flew away. Outstanding. A major and momentous breakthrough. I decided to get some cake to celebrate. I got a big slice from it and set a chunk on the stump. I went inside and watched from my window. It didn't take long. One crow appeared, then another, and soon there were a dozen or more. I watched from my window as they gathered around the slice in a frenzy. They were absolutely ravenous. The next morning, they brought me a bottle cap. That afternoon, a blue flosser. The next morning, a Milky Way wrapper. That evening, a grocery receipt. Guitar pick, can tab, zip tie, pen tip, marker cap. A tiny metal screw. On the 4th day, as I was leaving Ludmilla's apartment, something caught my eye. Some kind of gray-green paper sitting on the stump, green embossing, blue security strip. As I drew closer, I saw that it was a $100 bill. My hands trembled as I picked it up. It was surprisingly smooth and thin. The edges were almost sharp. There was something off about it. On one side of the $100 bill was a $100 bill, and on the other side was biblical scripture. I held it up to the crow on the power line above me. Good, but see, it's fake. An advertisement for God. Still, so close. So close. So close. This called for more cake.